Welcome. Thank you for waiting. And welcome to this fantastic event. Really looking forward to it. So it's a cook-along, and we're going to cook an authentic Chinese dish. Of course, we've eaten things like this before, but we don't know how they make these in proper Chinese homes. So we have with us today Mrs. Maya Agharkar, who has been in China. She's lived in China for more than 8 years, and she has learned this dish from her maid and all her friends around her. So I think she will tell us the story of how she learned these dishes. And I must tell you that she was there in Shanghai, of course, like I said, for 8 years, and she was working at a school in Shanghai.
As Aditi introduced, I have been in Shanghai for 8 years. And the time when we went to Shanghai was the most difficult time, which now I can say was the most difficult time because there the shipments were not coming regularly from India. So we had shortage of wheat flour and our dals and pulses and whatever we had carried from here was not actually enough. So somewhere we thought that, okay, we have to adapt to whatever is available here. Starting from the rice. Now, this rice in Indian stores was priced really awfully. But then there was no choice. Later on, we started visiting the local markets. These local markets were full of all the goods that are necessary for our household. So right from eating things, right from your cutlery and everything was available in those wet markets. So initially when we went there, we were like not very happy because of the smell and all, and being vegetarian, we were like, my God, where have we landed? So many local, food shops, street food that we call. And there was a lot of variety of that. And we used to look at these people, going, buying these things and eating. And we were used to street food here also, like, bhel puri and pani puri. And we are so much of like, street food kind of people here as well. So we were like, we used to like really miss all our food. And we used to feel like, oh my God, now we have to go back. Had a house help where that we call them as IE. So in Chinese, those who have studied, they must be knowing. It is like, mousy, a house help. So I got a good house help, and then used to show her sign language, and I used to show her the things, and I used to talk to her. So basically, she used to understand what I want, and then it all started. Then one fine day she said, okay, let me make some jaws for you all. And we were very happy because when we used to go out and we used to see these, we used to really feel like, okay, we should be eating these, but there was pork or maybe some other meat, and which we never felt like, tasting, or like we didn't want. It was a big no-no. I started cooking. Then she used to go buy things from the wet market for me. And then she started with the cabbage and carrot stuffing for us. Later on, she also introduced us to tofu, which was really very good. And as we now know, this was back in 2007, 2008. So it is a long, long back. So now we are more aware of tofu, how healthy it is, and we have even accepted it. But you cannot imagine the tofu that we get here and the variety of tofu they have. There is a lot of variety in tofu. These now whatever we are making are homemade, so they have no connection with Indian Chinese at all. So if you are thinking ki usme soy sauce jayega, usme or masale jayenge, so it's not that. It is very simple. It is kind of bland, but you can blend it, like, because they use chilies, they use cinnamon powder, they use pepper powder, chilies they use, then ginger they use a lot. So these are all the ingredients that even we use. So what I decided to do today is two fillings I will be showing. There are many options, like they also do celery and tofu, again healthy options. So today we are going to do carrot and cabbage, which we have already told you. And another one is spinach and tofu. So both are healthy options. So what we are going to do right now is, without wasting our time, first we will make the dough, because the dough has to sit for some time, because there has to be gluten formation. Otherwise it will not be like, shiny and like, the looks that you really like about the dumplings. So let us first get into making the dough and let it rest. Then we will make one of the fillings. Then again we will need the dough, and then we will again come back to the second filling. Done? I told like 3 tablespoons I'm going to take flour. Now this is a regular maida that I'm using. Okay, so like heaped spoons I will take 1, 2, 3. So, and the rest you will have to keep, so that for dusting and for rolling we will need some of the maida. Okay, so this I have taken. Now we will need hot water. Like boiling water is preferred. So I will put like 3 tablespoons of boiling hot water. Everybody can see, right?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
So this is basically boiling hot water. So first I have put 2 tablespoons. Get the feel of it, and then you can use the rest of it. Only if need be, add a little bit of water. You have to really knead it properly. I think I will need a little bit of water. So it is like this kind of a dough.
Do we add oil? Some
No. If you
only
want,
hot water.
yes. If you want, you can add a little of salt. That is optional.
Okay.
So you can add salt a little bit if you want to. That is optional. You can see this, right? We can keep this for resting. Carrots and cabbage.
So these are not grated. These are finely.
No. If you grate them, they will become watery. So I have clearly told chopped finely.
Yes. And ma'am, approximately how many carrots and how much of?
This one is a small carrot.
Okay.
Yeah. And I usually use first you chop those, and I use this knife because this is the knife that they use to chop half of this. So to this we will add small amount of chili, optional. It is totally optional. If you want to add chili, you can add. This is finely chopped ginger and garlic. Okay. So very little portions I will be adding. oil, and they use a lot of sesame oil. Even in our this thing now, in food habits now, people are saying you should eat sesame oil, which is healthy. Those people eat really healthy food. So I will add sesame oil.
So, ma'am, just asking, any other option for this oil?
No, because that is the flavor.
Okay, got
That
it.
is the authentic flavor.
Okay.
So now, as per your appetite, and as per your this thing, the smell that you like, you can add more also. I added 1 teaspoon. This is a chili oil. Also 1 teaspoon. Now I'll add a dash of pepper powder. And some salt. And then mix it. You can taste it, so you know what you need to add more. So now basically your first filling is ready. So once this is ready, you can cover and keep it aside. Now let us take the dough, because we have short span with us. Within 5 minutes, we are again going to knead the dough. So you can see how it is pliable, like, easily. Okay, now when you are folding the dough, there is a certain method. I hope everybody can see.
Yes, we can see.
So you're using folding and tuck in the method.
Yeah.
Folding and tucking it in. Okay.
Couple of times. Basically, this is for the gluten formation. We have, the dough is very soft.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have to keep it again for some time. Now we start our second filling. So now I have taken this spinach. Now what happens is, when you keep this for some time, it will leave some water. Actually, health-wise, I don't prefer to throw away that water. So what I do is, I prepare this and immediately make dumplings, and I immediately steam them. But if you want to prepare it ahead of time, then it will leave water, which you have to throw away. That is not to be kept inside, because otherwise your maida, that pari is going to rupture. It is not going to stay. It becomes wet, soggy. Okay? So now this is the spinach. Now I add some coriander to it. This is dalchini powder, cinnamon powder. Pepper powder. Some red chili flakes. Some ginger and some garlic. Sesame oil again. And mix well. Just when you pour the sesame oil itself, I think I feel salivated. Sorry, because that smell is so good. Now 2 more ingredients we have to add. We have to add salt and tofu because they are the last ones. Once you add salt, it is going to start getting watery. A little bit of salt. And as I told you, this Chinese food, that homemade Chinese food is a little bland itself. You cannot compare the taste with whatever Chinese we are eating here in India. Totally not. Okay. So now I will add some tofu to it. And you can taste it. So then you can adjust whatever. If you want spice, you can add. If you want salt, you can add whatever. Because we will be now using the dough to roll it. As we have not very much time. And you will also need a little amount of water in a bowl so that to seal the dumplings. Yes. So once again, kneading the dough.
Okay.
And usually what they do is they don't use, they usually do it on the platform itself. Using a small, like, the play kind of roller we have that we use for our children for Play-Doh. They use that. Okay. Now, once you're ready, like roll it out. Now we are cutting it.
Oh, okay.
Now, can you just show us one piece so that we approximately get an idea about the size?
Now you can use some maida. Now you can also on your steamer if you want. On low, of course, not very high. Started rolling down. So when you roll, for the first few rolls, you can make it round. After that, you can just try to make the sides a little thinner and let the inside part be a little thicker. Then you can put out some maida and just put those to rest so that they don't stick. Chalo. So now let us start with the filling. So now we will get this filling inside.
So do we place the filling in the center?
Yeah, center. Then use your water. The first one is pinch it out. Don't use lot of water. And then start pinching.
It's like how we do for karanji, right?
Yes, yes.
Slightly different. Can you get it on the camera, ma'am, please? Okay.
First the center,
Mm-hmm.
then to the sides. Clip at the center, make a small fold, press, fold, press, fold, press, fold and press. Now the other side again, fold and press, fold and press, fold and press, fold and press, fold and press. And then seal it. See that it doesn't come out. Okay, now I have arranged them in the like.
They are looking amazing. Thing become a bit shinier, ma'am.
Yeah, they can become a shine.
Okay, and they should be. Oh, they become translucent. Is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
One, two.